Are you ready to retrain your brain and to increase your peace? Of course you are. This is this is the Golden Pause, and my name is Lucas. I'm your friendly clinical hypnotherapist. And in this show, we talk about consciousness, increasing peace, creating change in our lives, and so much more. And so I'm so glad that you're here with me, whether you're watching live or you are watching on replay. Um, in each episode, our goal is to basically give you more agency, more power, and more freedom so that you can live your best life. And part of that is at the end of each episode, we have what's called the Golden Reset, a guided meditation that basically trains your body to be a calmer, happier you. Who wouldn't want that? I want that for sure. And so we go live every Thursday and every Monday at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's the east coast of Australia. This is episode 4, and we are going to be talking about pigs. What does pigs and hypnosis have to do with each other? Well, I saw a post on X by a great follow called Dr. Hypnosis, who shared a post by Peter where they were trying to do the thing that Peter does, which is to discourage people from eating animals, in essence. And what the post said was pigs don't want to become bacon. And it said that line 5 times in a row. Pigs don't want to become bacon. 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 And this is very, very interesting because, interestingly, it has to do, it's connected to some of the ways that our brains work and how it can impact your anxiety. So let's unpack this and see how the two things are connected. So when you think of that line, pigs don't want to become bacon, and it's repeated like that. How do you think that works? Do you think that that works? Do you think that that makes people go, I want to stop eating bacon. I want to stop eating pigs. And hypnosis has a few things to say about that. The first is repetition is good. Repetition is good. And saying the same thing over and over, sometimes with minor adjustments, but repeating a message over and over, the brain does interpret that as trustworthy and believable. Even though it may be totally untrue or true or whatever, it doesn't matter. If it's repeated often enough, the brain interprets that as believable and trustworthy. So repetition, the fact that they repeated that line 5 times is interesting. It's good. But in terms of their goals, the line pigs don't want to become bacon is kind of making you think about bacon, right? When bacon is being repeated, what are some things that come to your mind when I say the word bacon? What are the pictures that come to your mind? Are there any smells or tastes that come to you when I say the word bacon? Maybe even some sounds. The fact that they have repeated this word bacon is actually creating inside of people the picture of bacon. It's making people think about bacon, it's making people hungry. You know, the smell of bacon, etc. If you like bacon and you see that, what it's going to do, it's going to do the opposite of what they are intending to for that post to create. And often that's what we do in our lives. We want to stop thinking, or we want to stop eating cake. And so if we repeat the same thing, what we're repeating is creating focus on that word. And if that word is connected to a whole lot of other things like hunger and a desire to eat, it's counterproductive for the goal that we're creating. So this idea of repetition is really useful, but be careful what you're repeating, because what you are repeating, you're bringing focus to, and it's making it larger in the minds of the person hearing it, including yourself. So in this post, we had repetition, we had where the focus is going to, being bacon, so that's not a positive. But also what was being repeated, it's a great example of the difference between something which is conceptual versus something that is concrete. When I say the word bacon, I'm pretty certain that you've got a very, very clear picture in your mind. You've got almost like an experience that you can have inside your whole body when it comes to bacon. It's very concrete. You can see it very clearly. You can almost taste it. When you want someone to really connect with an idea, if you operate in the conceptual, it is much weaker than if you create a very concrete picture. So in this case, by repeating the word bacon, 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 basically the human brain is just hearing bacon and creating all these images. So what I mean by a conceptual idea is the idea, for example, self-control. That word, or those two words, are kind of, there isn't a very clear picture in our minds that comes to it. There isn't a smell associated with it. It's not something in the physical world that we can have an experience with and be connected to. And so if you want to create a really memorable, impactful idea, repeating a concrete picture is very powerful. So far, this post is doing the exact opposite of what they would like to do. And then the final component for this post that's working against it is the word don't. In essence, the way that our memory works is that the images and the things that are brought up into our experience are the things that are remembered, and negative words like don't, isn't, won't, they tend to be dropped off by memory. So at the end of the day, this repetition of pigs don't want to become bacon, at the end of the day, the human brain from this will remember pigs want bacon. That's what the memory will be from that post. And so it's going to basically go completely against what the goals of that post were. And that's very often like what we do in our own lives. And so I thought it'd be really good to show this as an example with anxiety as an idea. So if we were to use some of those principles to battle anxiety, we would want to think about What are we repeating? Can we make it concrete? Can we focus, instead of on some vague idea, can we create a concrete picture that we can connect with physically almost? And can we focus that idea into a positive of what we want to experience, as opposed to something that we don't want? So an idea with anxiety, and obviously anxiety has got many different varieties. People's experience of anxieties can vary greatly, but one of the recurring themes within anxiety is rumination and thinking about overthinking and overthinking, and the thing that gets repeated is thinking. And so someone who's struggling with anxiety might say to themselves, oh, I just want to stop thinking, and I'm thinking too much, and thinking. What that does is brings the focus, and it brings your whole body's alignment into thinking, which is what you want to avoid. And so you've got the repetition, but you've got the repetition on something that you don't want. And so let's see if we can think of what would be something concrete that we could connect to the repetition that will help someone with anxiety. And one of the most powerful things that someone with anxiety can do is to shift focus from thought to a physical reality. And the closest, easiest way to do that is to think of breath. Because when you're thinking about your breath, and the feeling it creates when you breathe in, and the feeling it creates when you let it go, and you might even want to count how long you release the breath, suddenly your focus has been moved from things running around in your head into something physical. And that's very helpful for someone with anxiety, but it's also the way that we can use these ideas from hypnosis to create like a door that someone can escape thinking and move into being in touch with their body and escape that anxiety. And so perhaps one of the things that someone who is facing anxiety is to repeat something along the lines of, I like deep, relaxing breaths. And just anytime that they catch themselves feeling anxious, they catch themselves having thoughts that they don't want to have, they might repeat, oh, I really like having deep, relaxing breaths. Oh, those deep, relaxing breaths are really nice. And so you can start to repeat something concrete which is connected to what you actually want the outcome to be. And so that is an example of how you can use repetition. You can use something concrete to focus on and use positives to start to shift and to retrain your body and your mind in a way that is going to make you a happier, calmer person. And in a minute, I'd like to move into something that we call the golden reset, which is that guided meditation. But before we do that, I wanted to give you an update. In the last couple of episodes, I've been talking about my inclined bed. And if this is the first time you're hearing that, basically a couple of weeks ago, I saw a really interesting post that was saying that if you sleep on an inclined bed that's inclined at the head by about 4 inches or so, basically your whole system operates better. Your lymphatic system operates better. You sleep more deeply. A whole lot of different positive outcomes. And so last Thursday, I went and I bought a couple of those hard cork yoga blocks, and I put them under the front of the bed. And I've been sleeping on an inclined bed since then. So for the last 4 days. And the first update that I have is that there has definitely been a difference, and a big difference for me has been a reduction in snoring, at least 50% less snoring, but maybe even a lot less snoring, which is amazing. So I'll keep going, and I'll let you know how I go with it. But I just love the idea of trying things out that are going to have a positive impact. So that might be something that you may be interested to try out at some point. Okay. Well, now is the part that we call the golden reset. So are you ready for basically it's going to be the best part of your day, and it's a way to be a calmer, happier you. Would you like that? If so, please join me in this guided relaxation that we call the golden reset. And obviously, if you're driving or if you're using any kind of machinery, this is not the time to do it. You might want to pause or come back to it later. But let me put a little background music, and maybe we can enjoy this moment just for a little while. And just like we said before, focusing on the breath is such a great way to disconnect from what's going on in our minds, because we're used to having lots of things running around in our minds. There might be things from work or family. We might even be thinking of things that we've got no control over. And so the breath is a great way. It's like a door that you can walk up to, and when you've got troubling thoughts, you can walk through that door and enter into peace. And so, can I invite you to take a deep breath, and you can feel that expansion. And if you take another breath and hold it in, and feel that stretching you from deep within, and then gently let it go over a few seconds. That's it. And it feels good to enter into a place of peace. It feels good to know that you've got a door that you can walk through whenever you need it. You can enter into this golden reset where you can breathe, and you can allow yourself to get lost in this thought, in this feeling. You might even notice your hands, and your feet, and your eyes might be comfortably closed or not. But as you breathe, you can feel your shoulders drop and the muscles in your face relax, because that's what your body does when you breathe. And this breath is a gift. It's always nice to think how a breath was the first gift you received here. And you've been enjoying that breath ever since. That rhythm that allows you to relax, to feel that relaxing like a blanket covering you. Or you feel safe, where you feel peaceful. It's so nice to be thankful for your breath. And it's a door that's available to you anytime you need it. Anytime there are thoughts, you're able to just go to that door. You might even see it as golden light shining from behind that door. And as you open it, it's just bathes you. It's like a wave of peace just shining on you. And it's so good to enjoy it. Just enjoying this breath and this moment. You might feel tingles, or you might just feel like a smile inside of you. And that might even be something nice to do, to smile to yourself. An inner smile. And right now there are beautiful endorphins, a whole lot of things just being released through your body, because that breath becomes the leader for your body, and your mind will catch up. But right now, it's so nice to walk with your breath, to enjoy this quiet moment. And your mind will catch up. So you can just enjoy. And so, as that peace settles into your body, your subconscious has been taking notes and noticing this state of peace is what you want. And it will remind you over the next few days, whenever you need it, you'll just find yourself taking a deep breath. And when you do, it might even remind you of that inner smile. You'll know that your body is learning, that you're changing, that you're becoming a calmer, happier you. And it's good. And it's good. And so, as that settles deeply within you, and you squeeze every bit of enjoyment out of it, now is a good time to start to become present of my voice, of your surroundings. Your eyes might even start to open if they've been closed. And you can hold on to this sense of peace. It's yours. It's yours, and you can have it anytime you want it. And so I thank you for being part of the Golden Reset. It's always a pleasure to share this moment with you. I trust that it's helpful to you. If it is, I welcome you to hit the like button and subscribe. That's always appreciated. But in the meantime, take this piece and have an amazing next few days. We go live every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you the next time on Thursday. Have a great day. That's the end.